Hello, my name is Anthony Altman, and in this video I wish to make a commentary on the video I saw by Gregg Braden entitled The Hopi Prophecy Rock, which in fact is the Hopi map of time. Very, very interesting and profound video for me, and it caused me to think very deeply about the path that we humans are walking at this time. I made a few notes, and so I'll be reading from them just to comment, and then I'm going to make my own commentary as we go along. Gregg Braden and the Hopi elders with whom he was talking about the prophecy rock talked about thriving rather than surviving. And most people on this planet, billions of people on this planet, are in survival mode. And a relatively few, perhaps 10%, I believe, which is not very much, are living reasonably comfortable lives. And at the moment, the signs are apparent where we are now, all humanity, all life, our planet, is in for a very, very big shake-up, a big change. The signs are all there. We see the suffering on the planet reaching epic levels, and it cannot continue in this way without irreparable damage being caused to us, the animals, life forms, and our planet. In our dysfunction, humans are destroying this planet at a rate that is rather dreadful to behold. So nature, being what it is, omnipotent, God, or the I am presence, the great mystery, whatever you wish to call that creative force, creative intelligence, obviously knows what's going on and will deal with us accordingly. And so, like a good teacher, we get a kick up the pants, some admonishment, which tells us we need to make a change. Unfortunately, too many humans don't want to change. There are that group of humans which is depicted in the line. I suggest you look at this video by Gregg Braden, the Hopi Prophecy Rock, which is on my website, www.anthonyaltmanbooks.com. That's ANTHONY, Altman, ALTMAN, books.com. On the video page, it'll be either the second or the third video from the top. See the video, it's 26 minutes, and then come back to this, and this one will be on the top, or either one you can see on YouTube anyway, I believe. Although Gregg Braden's video comes through Gaia.com. So when you see the video, you'll see on the rock there are two lines that the Hopis engraved in this rock hundreds, thousands of years ago. And it depicted where we are now at the end of a 5,000-year cycle. And it talks about the upper line representing the people who profit at the expense and suffering of others. And then that line just abruptly stops. So we know that there's no future for anybody who is acting in a manner that is life-damaging, not life-supporting, causing people suffering, stealing, gaining benefit by other people losing and suffering. The lower line depicted the people who were more interested in cooperation than competition. The upper line, competition, the survival of the fittest, the Darwinian theory, which actually is not valid any longer for other reasons. Gregg Braden is the best one to discuss that. So cooperation is the key word at the moment. And the lower line on the prophecy rock talks about those people who are more interested in cooperating, working together, helping each other, whereby we can all prosper according to our measure and create what I would like to think is a golden age. We have this potential, and this is the reason I'm making this commentary, because this satisfies my desire to contribute whatever I can to help people understand what's going on, at least from my point of view. So the last cycle was 5,000 years. We're coming to the end of that cycle, and we're going to begin a new cycle. And whether or not we begin with that golden age or otherwise depends totally upon us. We require enough people on this planet, a critical mass, if you will, whereby love, light, harmony, and as the Hopis call it, love, strength and balance, which I really like, love, strength and balance, are preeminent, dominant, and they guide our new charted course to create an existence of greater degrees of harmony. And we are able to do it, but you know, we are entering this time of great tribulation, of change. And the people who have control and have the money, they won't want to give that up. But it's not up to them. It's up to the masses who choose to develop love, strength, and balance. And as we develop greater degrees of light within us, that light together will help dispel the darkness. Many people are worried about the scarcity of food, and they get into fear mode. According to the prophecy by the Hopis, the lower line depicts that the people will live into older age, and they will not die young, and there will be plenty of food. Now, such can only be the result when we are working in harmony with each other, with the animals, with all life forms and the earth. When we are able to do that more effectively, the earth will provide for us. So there is nothing to worry about there as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking at my notes. Now, there is a vertical line which connects the upper horizontal line and the lower horizontal line. And this line was drawn on a timeline continuum about 1998. And the Hopis say that in 1998, that was the time of no return. In other words, from that time onwards, the people in the upper line could not change and go to the lower line that easily. In other words, when people see the error of their ways and they wish to they have a change of heart and they want to change, it will be much, much more difficult. Now that I feel is quite possible, but at the same time I also feel that the lower line contains within it several groups. I have previously discussed my understanding that there are several soul age groups. Some people say 5, and it ranges from infant soul to old soul and everything in between. I believe that because there is a disparity of conscious awareness and levels of consciousness during these three within these three groups. In other words, if an infant soul wouldn't understand what an old soul was talking about, it's like a baby talking to a mathematician, just wouldn't understand. Until that young soul has evolved through lifetimes and has evolved and progressed along the path, will they understand. Many of us who seem to understand, we've been there. We've been baby souls, infant souls, adolescent souls, young souls, adult souls, and we are now have arrived at a point where our conscious awareness has expanded. Our level of consciousness is high enough for us to be able to understand these things, so that we can actually go further on our path. In the same way, I feel possibly that in the lower line there are 1 or 2 groups. For instance, there could be a group that is totally committed to developing light, goodness, love, compassion, strength, and balance. I know that I'm one of those people. And maybe there is a group who is sitting on the fence, doesn't really know, and another group that is not interested. But within these 3 groups, nobody is profiting at the expense or suffering from others. It's just that some people are not interested because of previous life programming in this life, beliefs that were imposed upon them, and they adopted these beliefs. I've been there, done that. It's taken me a lifetime, 62 years, to change my beliefs, to change my programming. I'm still doing it. And then there are those people who are aware of something going on, but they don't really know whether they want to go to this side of the fence or that side of the fence. And I believe that with more information, more knowledge, encouragement, with more love, strength, and balance, these people will get off the fence and follow their destiny and fulfill themselves in this lifetime. And the people who do not know or choose to ignore the values, the virtues of this lower path, will actually change their mind. And my wife and I just recently had 1 or 2 of these experiences where people out of the blue just changed, just were interested in spiritual awareness, just wanted to know. It's like, and this is the reason why I'm making this commentary. I feel that people now are becoming aware. They are on the verge of incredible positive change. And it is for all of us, light workers, messengers of spirit, spiritual pilgrims, who have an understanding and have the compassion and love and the strength and enough balance to encourage these people and to support their shift and change. The idea is that we help people to help themselves, because nobody can do anything for anybody else. All we can do is be there and help people to help themselves. And if we were all able to do this, or enough people, then I feel all the changes over the next few years will be extremely positive. And we will emerge victorious and live a golden age. And we've earned it. It's been really shit for thousands and thousands of years. The Indians, the Hindus, talk about the Kali Yuga, and I really don't know the time scale there. It's a bit confusing, but many, 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 many years. The Piscean age, we're just coming out of into the Aquarian age. That's 2,000 years of dog eat dog, if I may use that expression, fighting, wars, stealing, deception, lying, greed, profiting from the suffering of others, and this is coming to an end. And how we begin the new cycle depends on how much we have developed our ability to love, to be compassionate, our strength, our inner strength, and our balance. So, having said that, there is another part of the prophecy rock which says in reference to the lower line, there are 3 circles around about that vertical line, the 1998 cut-off point, the point of no return. The first circle seems to indicate World War I, great shaking. The second great shaking was supposedly World War II, and the third shaking, the third circle, the Hopis, according to Gregg Braden, said they don't know what it is. So I hypothesized that it could be this, and I put it to you, and let me know what you think. The next great shaking is that we on this planet are shaken at our roots. What are our roots? Our financial institutions, the industrial institutions, the military institutions, the medical institution. Everything that has given us the means by which we live our life, the laws, the rules, the regulations, the monetary system, everything comes crashing down. Big shaking, I would say. And at that point, people can decide, do we want to reinstitute those ridiculously unfair institutions that cause so much suffering? Or do we create something new, something better? I am inclined to go with the latter. Let me know what you think. I also am aware that the sun is sending out vast amounts of solar flares and coronal mass ejections, which carry very, very high volume, high intensity electromagnetic energies, which can be like EMPs, electromagnetic pulses. I believe that from the center of the galaxy, something's coming to us like that. And also there is a portal of energy opening up very close to us that is supposedly emitting these electromagnetic frequencies. Now, it is known that if all our electronics are not protected by a Faraday cage, that if we were subjected to an EMP, electric magnetic pulse, the electronics would be destroyed. If that is the case, then this could be another great shaking, or part of the third great shaking. Just imagine if your phones don't work, the internet doesn't work, the electric power fails, cars don't work because all the modern cars are operated by computers don't work, everything stops. What do you think would happen then? Now, people might start to panic. What I'm saying is, this is an opportunity for change. We are not using the computers and the telephones for life-supporting purposes mostly. We're using it for ridiculous games, and people are hacking and causing a lot of damage and stealing and whatever. But if we change that and use all these devices for life-supporting, more people using everything that is available to us for life-supporting purposes, because we've developed more love, compassion, strength, and balance. Now we're talking business. Now we're talking business. The Hopis say that we are to become what we want to see and experience in our world. Unfortunately, too many people demonstrate in the streets and demand that they have the change that they want. What they don't understand is we all have to be that change. And then we will see it in the world. Demanding and demonstrating and striking out and causing mayhem in the streets is not going to bring about any change. It doesn't do anything, actually. It doesn't do anything significant. What is significant is when we change ourselves and reflect more love, strength, and balance, more light, more love, more compassion, and more people do that, everything changes. And we don't have to demonstrate or complain, because it will be as we are. Mahatma Gandhi, I couldn't get that out. Mahatma Gandhi said that. We are to be the change we wish to see in the world. Wise people know this, and it's time now for the masses to become wiser. You see, all our lives, each one of us, we are born, we are taught by dysfunctional parents. Most of them were dysfunctional. Mine were dysfunctional. I was in a dysfunctional family, which made me dysfunctional. Most of us on this planet are dysfunctional. You look at all the suffering around us and you'll see that that is correct, that statement. There's so much dysfunction on this planet. We're all killing, fighting, maiming, stealing, whatever. Not everybody, but most people. And so the majority rules. We go to school and we are taught what dysfunctional teachers teach us. A lot of teachers are dysfunctional. We go to the medical doctors and we are taught what they're taught. And they're taught by the pharmaceutical companies, and they're told what to sell and what to say and what not to do. And we are governed, we are programmed, and we are given beliefs to adopt. And now it's time to reevaluate, let those go, and develop beliefs and knowing and programming and expand our conscious awareness by developing more love, more compassion, strength, and balance, so that whatever we do is born of those qualities, and what is reflected from us are those qualities, and what we see in the world is what we are. I think that sounds like a good idea. So the idea is that we don't compete. The idea is that we cooperate for mutual benefit. Now, Gregg Braden's video sparked all these thoughts off in me, and I'm very happy to be able to voice this feeling I have. I would like to inspire and motivate as many people as possible to consider what I've just said, to communicate with me. Go to my website, AnthonyAltmanBooks.com. Talk to me. Talk to others. Read some books. See some videos. See Gregg Braden's videos. He's great, this guy. Let's see how quickly we can learn and cooperate together for mutual benefit and thrive and make positive changes within ourselves and on our planet and within society, and change all this negativity into something wonderful, something positive. That's my intention. Please join me. Until next time, thank you.